I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 80 of the SZN Podcast. I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And my usual housekeeping message, please make sure you check us out on Twitter or Instagram. Instagram is strapszn Podcast. Twitter is strapszn Pod. There's a link on the bio on both of those platforms, and that will take you to our link to where we are on all the streaming platforms, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, if you want visuals, on everything, basically. Please make sure you check us out, like, subscribe, leave us a review, all that good stuff, please. But yeah, bro, episode 80, how have you been? You been good?
Yeah, I'm cooling, bro.
Yeah?
How you been?
I'm all right, man. You know, fresh off Manchester slapping, but hey, it is what it is. We're here for boxing.
Yeah.
Been a bit of a, I won't say quiet week, but obviously no major fights like that. But there was a couple fights yesterday, a couple results, a few returning fighters. I'll probably say the biggest fight yesterday was the Chocolatito Martinez card. I think over in San Diego, I think it was. Obviously, Chocolatito is a draw in it, so yeah, he's always worth talking about. And Lara, who, listeners, if you remember, that's the one-time conqueror of Josh Warrington. He was also on the card as well. He was chief support, wasn't he? So yeah, let's quickly touch up on that card. I think just those two fights, the chief support and also the main fight. Were you able to catch any of those or highlights of any of those two fights there?
Yeah, I saw those two fights. I saw a few highlights from the other fights as well. So it
yeah.
looks like a good card.
I was literally about to say it looked like it was a really good card. Stack card, packed venue. Also, we know the Latino fans, they're quite similar to us Brits when it comes to backing their fighters and turn up in droves in it. So the arena looked like it was jumping, and the fights themselves didn't disappoint. Might as well start with the Lara card. I'd probably say that was the most dramatic fight of the evening in terms of how it ended, from what I remember. I'm jumping, obviously, if it wasn't, if you don't think it was, but
it was.
For me, from what I could see, it definitely was the most dramatic fight of the card. Yeah, man, Maurizio Lara, obviously, I think he's still, I guess, under the radar after that shock Josh Warrington win. Obviously, we know the rematch didn't go so well in terms of it was ruled a no contest, wasn't it? I think the rematch. Yeah. Was it clash of heads or was it an accidental cut or something like that?
It was a cut from clash of heads.
Yeah. So obviously Josh Warrington is kind of tied up now. Obviously, he's somehow bagged himself. We said it was one of the finesses of the year. He somehow bagged himself a title shot against Martinez, so to win back his old belt that he relinquished. But obviously, Lara is still looking to, obviously, I won't say avenge because he won the first fight, but win that again. And I guess the play is what Matthew are trying to do is hopefully if Josh Warrington comes away and wins against Martinez, potentially, obviously, they can set up the rematch for Josh because apparently, according to Hearn, Josh really wants to sort of exercise those demons and avenge that Lara defeat, apparently. So we could potentially see that play, but obviously they both have to keep on winning. And yeah, Lara was able to win yesterday against a very game opponent in, I think his name was Sanchez. Was it Emilio Sanchez or something like that? Yeah, Emilio Sanchez. I think so.
Yeah.
Boy, but when I say dramatic, we sort of know what Lara brings to the table. He's very powerful, very strong, very sturdy. Never seen this Sanchez guy before. But apparently he was, according to what the commentators were saying, he's a good boxer, he's strong, whatever. And he was looking to, it was weird because obviously we know Lara carries so much power, but this Sanchez guy was looking to stand and trade with him. And from the off, I thought to myself, this looks risky. This looks like it's the wrong strategy against a powerful puncher such as Lara. You don't want to stand in the pocket with him and take shots. You want to move around, not get on your bike, but box on the back foot and try and be elusive in there. But this Sanchez guy was taking the shots and it was looking a bit hairy for him at times. He definitely got hurt a couple of times, but this whole fight just climaxed in the third round. That third round, bro, might already be round of the year. I know that isn't one of our awards, but we might have to throw in round of the year because that third round was crazy. Sanchez has hurt. Well, he started really attacking the body of Lara. And you can see Lara is visibly gassed by this body attack. Like his mouth is open, he's breathing heavily through his mouth whilst punching. That's always a sign. Like the body work was really, really telling. Really good body work from Sanchez. And you've gotten now towards like the latter stage of this round. And we can clearly see Lara is really hurt from this body work and he's stunned. And he actually went down. It wasn't ruled a knockdown, was it, bro? But he actually did. It was more a fatigue sort of crumple.
Yeah, he was clinching and wrestling to the ground. And yeah.
But he, bro, he looked out on his feet. He looked shattered. Like the body work really, really got to him.
Man asked the ref to pick him up, and the ref was like,
bro,
"Nah, get up."
Yeah, bro. He looked finished. And I thought to myself, where's this guy? This is a massive turnaround. The first 2 rounds, he's kind of dominated and looked like he was the guy that didn't get the guy out of there. And you're thinking, what the hell? Where's this coming from? And then, bro, out of nowhere, there's about 30 seconds left of the round. Lara's just gone on a vicious attack and just closed the show in devastating fashion, man. Brutal fashion. Knocked this brother, knocked him out. Like
final bell.
Final 10 seconds. You heard the clapper, the clapper. You're thinking, okay, fast 10 seconds. He's caught him with a big shot and then gone and just attacked him hard. And then, yeah, this Sanchez guy couldn't respond. He was down.
Listeners, you got deep. The beating for the last 30 seconds was so bad that when the klaxon sounded for the last 10 seconds, the ref was even warning Sanchez.
Said, fight back.
You need to do something because I'll stop it. There's 10 seconds left for you. You're taking the hellacious ass with me right now.
Right, the referee said, fight back.
The ref was warning. He's like, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to throw.
Bearing in mind, this brother has won, I guess, for about 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the round. 2.5 minutes. He's the one that's dominated. He's the one that's had my man in trouble. He's had this man gassed out on his feet, out of nowhere. Last 30 seconds, this guy just snaps after getting to his feet, after he sort of collapsed and went down.
You know what? It was like the last 16 seconds. It wasn't even 30 seconds.
It was the last 15 seconds. It was because I was watching the clock thinking, because I knew it ended in the third. So I'm watching the clock. I'm seeing 15 seconds left. I said, wait. I'm thinking to myself, how the hell did this end now? Like there's like 15 seconds left. There's no way. And he's just attacked him brutally in that last 15 seconds. And then, yeah, bro, like last bell, as the bell sounded, my man's dropped. Referees waved it off. This guy's on the floor. Like he looked finished. He looked finished. Yeah, man, just a crazy, crazy round, especially as I said, Lara was one that looked in trouble for the bulk of that round. Lara was one that looked gassed and looked like he was struggling. And then out of nowhere, he just found something and just closed it. So fair play to the lad, man. Fair play, man. He's ruthless. He's brutal, man. He's going to be very fun to watch.
He sits down on his punches. Every punch is spiteful. He means to take your head off every time he throws. And that's always an exciting fight. I think from the get-go, you knew what type of fight it was going to be. Like, these two are going to come to swing. And that's what we saw.
And what also makes him exciting, as we see, there's a bit of vulnerability there because he's so intent on sitting down on every punch and swinging widely. He leaves himself open. He can be caught. So that's what makes it like it's high risk, high reward. But yeah, man, he's definitely fun to watch. I'm definitely gonna be tuning into more Mauricio Lara anytime I can, really, because we can see, man, he brings drama, he brings something. So shout out to him.
He's rolling and weaving is good as well, though. When he's not throwing, he's sharp enough to defend. But it's when he's throwing and these are wide punches he's throwing.
Always wide. Even against Warrington, crazy wide punches. Yeah.
And he's sitting down on them. He's heavy-handed.
Yeah.
These aren't short punches. He's throwing wide, heavy shots. So he can get caught. He can get caught in there at times. But outside of that, his defense ain't bad. I just remember there was another fight which had a crazy round as well. Solomon Sissoko, the guy who beat Kieran Conway a few fights ago. There he was fighting some guy, and he got knocked down. Then he knocked down the other guy. It was another crazy. So the whole card was super exciting, but that went the distance, so there was no stoppage. So I think this one pips it in terms of round of the night. But crazy round because Lara looks like he was going to get gone and then took my man out.
Yeah. And I hope he gets the Josh Warrington. I'm expecting Josh Warrington to beat Kiko. Obviously, nothing's a given in boxing, as we know. Kiko is having a career renaissance for what we could see. But I think, the consensus is Josh Warrington should take that. And I hope he does want, or he is able to get that fight with Warrington for the title. That would be nice for him. Obviously, I'm not going to say it's going to happen. Boy, you never know, especially with.
I'm starting with Lara.
I was going to say, especially how Warrington moved last time and relinquishing that, he might not even. But if it does get made, I'm also going to side with Lara as well. Because because I can't lie, the way Lara did him so badly, I know that's plaguing Josh's head. I know that's mentally. It's hard to come out from that. It's really hard to come out from that.
He's waking up on that like this.
He's hearing Lara's name. He's shaking.
That beating he took, because he don't even remember it. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Ask Warrington how much of that first fight he remembers.
Yeah,
he doesn't remember. I can tell you that.
Yeah, boy, it was peak. So we'll see how that plays out. Hopefully Warrington gets a dub, and boy, he's coming for you, Warrington. He's coming for you. That's what I'm going to say. Main event time. Chocolatito versus Martinez. Martinez was a late replacement. It was meant to be Estrada. It was meant to be the rematch with Estrada, wasn't it? But it was. It was meant. Estrada got COVID.
Oh yeah.
So they had to bring this Martinez guy, late replacement. I remember this Martinez guy actually missed weight. He didn't make weight, so there was.
But he's moving up a weight.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he wasn't. He was only in camp for like 5 weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
So of course.
So he didn't actually make the weight. There was a bit of hoo-ha because I think Chocolatito's camp didn't want it to go ahead because of the fact that this guy was like quite heavily over the limit. But I guess they smoothed it out, and obviously he had to pay some fines, etc. But we had a fight in the end, and I don't think I've said it before, but at this point, listeners, you should probably tune in for every Chocolatito fight, to be honest. I'm not even like, bro, every single Chocolatito fight is just exciting. He's just so exciting to watch. He's usually in many wars. And this one was no different. Mad exciting fight. He got the W, the deserved W, but as we expected, this Martinez guy, he said he was going to come forward all night and try it, and he put in effort. So shout out to him. But man, Chocolatito is just so good to watch, and I'm gonna make sure I tune in for every Chocolatito fight, man. He's always exciting. I've never seen a bad Chocolatito fight, I'll be honest.
He got deep. He's like 34 now.
Yeah.
So he's relentless. I mean, it's hard to describe because defensively his footwork isn't. You wouldn't think it's great, but he's always in front of someone. He's always there. He's always on top of you.
On your chest, always.
He's always on top of you. Like never out of his range. He's always in front of you. Offensively, his footwork, he's always there. He's always in position to throw. It's brilliant. I don't know how he does it. And his guard, he's got this high guard that he defensively he blocks every shot.
He block it.
Carries every shot.
The winky right high guard.
Tucking his elbows to his body. So even if you try and go for the body shot, and he's piecing you up. He's picking shots that's breaking your body down, hitting you upstairs, the uppercuts landing. He's banging you up.
He's a monster. Chocolatito is a monster. He actually is. He's actually a monster. Because you deep it, 5-weight world champion. He's only 5'3". He's a small guy, but he's a giant at the same time, man. He is a monster, and deservedly a massive draw, to be honest. Like he always brings out the fans and whatnot, and even when he's lost 3 times, twice to that Thai guy, Sri Rungzavai, whatever, I can't say his name, but you know who I'm on about. He's also very good, and obviously to Estrada.
Close fight, that one.
Close fight, and to be honest, none of those losses have dent the Chocolatito train to me. Because I remember he was positioned as being like the new Mayweather or the new guy, that the new face of the, I guess, the lower divisions and whatnot. And yeah, he took some losses, but he's still been able to bring in a huge crowd, and he's still in amazing fights, and he's still doing great. Another easy fighter that's using an example of the loss doesn't define you. 3 losses, but he's still taking big scalps, still in amazing quality fights, and still winning. So I think this is his 54th fight or something like that. There's a lot of mileage on the clock.
He's been active,
but he doesn't look like he's lost a step to me. He still looks great. Doesn't look like there's no signs of slowing down to him at the moment. But yeah, no, listeners, if you can watch a Chocolatito fight, man, you shouldn't be disappointed. I haven't been so far. So yeah,
it's all action. It's
all action from round 1 to round 12. If he doesn't knock you out,
he throws 100 punches around. He's constantly in front of them. He wants to trade. He's not like people are critical of boxing when people box and move. He's not a boxer, mover. He's in front of you, throwing punches, landing, and every punch is with intent. They're power punches, all of them. So yeah, great fight, great to watch, all action. And what he done in there is he didn't break Julio Cesar Martinez's spirit, because he was still trying to fight at points, but he just broke down his legs. He lost his legs. He couldn't throw as much. He like just took away all these tools, and just like after the 6th round, it was a foregone conclusion that Chocolatito's got this. He mashed him up. And fair play to Martinez. He stuck in there. He was fighting back. Yeah. The 12th round was super exciting, because he was just like, I'm going to leave it all in the ring. Yeah. But we know what the Mexicans bring. We know that's what they do. So he was always there to fight, but he just got beaten.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chocolatito, man. Big fan. Yeah, hopefully we can get the Estrada rematch. Obviously we know the last fight was unbelievable, and I have no doubt that this next one will probably, I think, is that the 3rd one between the two of them? I think that might be the 3rd one.
It's one apiece.
Yeah, it is one apiece. So we need it. And I have no doubt in my mind it's going to be sensational. It probably might even be the best of a lot, because the previous 2 have been unreal. So yeah.
And they were like 10 years apart, the first and the second one.
Yeah. Legendary rivalry, like shades of Pacquiao Marquez almost, in terms of like the rivalry, that trilogy. Well, we might even get 4, we might do. Who knows? We end up getting 4 Pacquiao Marquez, didn't we? So we could do. But yeah, quality rivalry. Hopefully I can't wait. Obviously, get well soon, Estrada. And yeah, let's get that on later on this year, hopefully. Cool. Other fights that went down yesterday. We saw a return to action for Jose Ramirez. He was against Jose Pedraza. Return to winning ways for Ramirez. Tricky fight. Pedraza is actually Pedraza's a handful, He's actually a really good boxer. Switch hitter, naturally ambidextrous. He looks so comfortable, southpaw or orthodox. And from what Ramirez had little portions of problems in there in terms of getting his work going, because Pedraza is very slick, very good timing, can counter very well, can box in the back foot very well. I think there were times where Ramirez was frustrated, but he did get the close win in the end. It was deserved. I think it was a UD, but it deserved UD for him. But tricky opponent to come through, but good to have him back to winning ways. I don't think he was probably like super happy with his performance, but like I said, Pedraza's a real handful for a lot of people, real banana skin. But yeah, I rate Pedraza. He's a good fighter.
Yeah, Tank made it look easier than.
And I was literally going to say that seeing Pedraza against Ramirez, and the problems he was giving, can't forget Ramirez is a unified 140 pounder at the time, second best 140 pounder in the world. Almost put into perspective Tank's performance against Pedraza and how elite that was. Because like I said, I think Pedraza gives a lot of fighters problems. I think he gives a lot of fighters a lot of issues, very tricky, very slick, difficult to hit and whatnot, and very good at countering. But the way Tank dealt with him, yeah, fair play to Tank. That doesn't get enough. People don't give him enough credit for that one. That's a top win for me, especially the way he closed the show as well.
It was not the fact Tank was being hella sloppy, and it was getting on my nerves. But he still, Tank was almost toying with him. I swear.
Yeah,
sloppy.
He wasn't. No, I don't think it was that fight. He was doing stuff. I remember that fight as the fight where wasn't that that was a fight where Tank won his first world title? No, I think it was.
What weight was it at? It wasn't at 140, was it? No,
135, wasn't it?
135, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let me check. I'm pretty sure it's one where I thought was like one of Tank's best performances. Like,
I think you might be right.
That was the first time I saw him properly. And I said, this kid's a superstar. Right. Yeah. That was one where he was shoulder rolling. He was looking like an offensive version of Mayweather in there. Like he was moving mad in that fight.
I think it's the fight after I'm thinking of. I'll write it back and remember. But yeah,
I swear the Pedraza fight was the one where he looked insane. And we thought Pedraza looked average. And we're like, but this guy's not average. Pedraza's really good. And
he stopped him in like the 7th. Like it was
seventh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll watch it back.
It was. I've checked. Yeah, it was that one. That was the one where I set up.
Loma went the distance with him.
Yeah.
Well, Loma won it convincingly. Yeah. He won
convincingly, but it went the distance. Yeah. That's the fight where I set up and said, "Yo, this Tank guy, he could be it."
Because Pedraza's good. Yeah, Pedraza.
He is good. He's really good. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll refresh my memory. I don't mind watching back a few classics.
Hey, we love it, man. But shout out to Ramirez. Thoughts on Ramirez's performance from what you saw? Any thoughts really? Or
I mean, compared to his former foe, Josh Taylor, he had a better outing.
I said this.
He actually won. He won the fight.
He did.
Pedraza posing problems. He was a bit over eager in his offense. Ramirez sometimes was getting caught on the way in, but I guess that relentless pressure from him, which we know he brings, was winning the fight. So
exactly,
that's his style. He gets caught at times, but he will land. He'll get off his own work, regardless.
Yeah,
good to see him back out. Good to see him, active again.
Yeah,
and that division's still lively for me, even if Josh Taylor leaves.
Because I don't think he said anything about going up. I think he still wants to campaign at 140. He could go up. He's actually big as well, Ramirez. He's a big boy too. He could go up, but I think he's content right now in sitting in 140 at the moment. So there's still some good fights in that division. Like you said, if Josh Taylor goes, it's not an issue. Ramirez is still there. Prograis is still there now. Jack Catterall's announced himself as someone that's on their level. So Teofimo's come up now. That division is still stacked and it's still really good. So the loss of Josh Taylor isn't really too much of a loss in that sense. We're still going to see some great fights in the future down there. So shout out to the 140 pounders and shout out to Jose Ramirez back to winning ways. Let's take a quick fast forward now. Next week, there's only one fight of note that I want to talk about. It's our girl Savannah Marshall, or 2 Sav, as you like to call her, Flowz. Back in action, defending her WBO middleweight title against a Belgian opponent. I had a name here, but I've lost it again. Hang on. Femke Hermans. I don't know if it's a mandatory or what, but it's she's had 14 fights, 12 wins, 5 losses. 12 wins, 3 losses. So it should be a simple affair for Savannah. It's up in Newcastle, so a bit of a home crowd sort of thing.
What are wins looking at? Any KOs in there, or?
She got 5 KOs. So 5 KOs and 12.
She been stopped before?
Let me check.
Because she about to.
Oh no, she hasn't been stopped. Funny enough, she actually lost to Clarissa Shields. Oh. She challenged Clarissa in 2018 for her belts, and lost UD. Probably.
I thought her name rang a bell.
Yeah,
I was thinking. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so naturally they're going to use it as a yardstick, as a measuring stick to see how Savannah, who was probably expecting her to stop her. Look, they've already got that tweet in the drafts about Clarissa went the distance, but I knocked her out in 3 or something like that. So
They might upload it before.
Bro.
Too early.
They've already got that primed in the drafts, sitting hot, ready to press tweet. So
They've got a time on it. They've got a time on it.
Exactly.
At this time, it's going up.
They've got that loaded, bro, locked and loaded. So I know what's gonna come there, and obviously, naturally, we're expecting Savannah W. Afterwards is what we're going to be interested in, obviously, in terms of, I don't know, is Chris good? I don't know. I don't even know if she's going to be there. She should be. I hope she is.
Up to sunny Newcastle? I doubt it. I doubt it.
But to be fair, Chris doesn't have to be there. We know she's going to say something.
They're going to have her face on the screen regardless. She's going to be tuning in.
Look, bro, I'm going to have the fight on my TV and have my phone in one hand, just refreshing Chris's timeline, because I know she's going to be talking throughout that fight, tweeting. So, the inevitable questions about Clarissa Shields will happen, and Ben Shalom will come in and say, yeah, we're going to try and make that fight later on this year, blah, 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 blah. Cool. But yeah, good to see Savannah active. She needs to stay active. I like watching her work anyway. She's a joy to watch. And yeah, let's hopefully she gets this win and we get that Clarissa fight later on this year. That's it, really. That's all we want to see from Savannah Marshall, really. Nothing else. Anything
interesting on the undercard, or is it another?
Let me double. I haven't checked to you. I can check now.
Skype been rolling out weak cards thing.
Yeah, Boxer. They still got they've got I guess sort out in terms of cards and whatnot. Who else is on the undercard? Marco's on the undercard.
Watch him.
I think Nathan Gorman might be on the undercard as well.
Okay. I'll tune in then.
Yeah.
Oh, is Hugh Fury on the card? Is he going to be rolled out soon? Or is he on the card after?
I think he might be card after. After, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tune in to see what they're saying.
Yeah. Always were. Yeah. At least I'll definitely tune in for I'll probably tune in for Marco. I actually don't mind a bit of Marco. He's all right. So yeah. But yeah, it's good luck to Savannah. But we're expecting I'll probably go ahead and say KO, to be honest. She's very powerful. So I'm expecting the Savannah KO. We'll see what happens afterwards. That's gonna be interesting. I want to talk about just some. Let's delve into some heavyweight topics, because obviously a lot has been in the news recently about the heavyweight division and whatnot. And it's something we didn't really touch upon. Obviously, we broke the news about Fury and Whyte happening, the dates and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But obviously, a lot of more developments have happened since we last spoke about it. We've seen press conferences, for example, and the main talking point was about how Dillian Whyte hasn't turned up to any of it. Well, only one press conference has happened, and Dillian Whyte didn't turn up, which was a big rattler for one certain side, obviously. And then another side was like, yeah, keep going. It's fun. What make of you of Dillian not turning up to the press conferences, and he's not promoting the fight? He hasn't posted it about it. He hasn't posted it on his story or on his Instagram. He hasn't done any promo work. We didn't really talk about it, did we? So let's delve into that.
Yeah, good topic actually. Yeah, it's been all the talk this week as well. So yes, the way it is, obviously we've broken down how Dillian Whyte's kind of been shagged in terms of the splits from the purse bids.
Yeah,
and I believe his contract. He's got a basic form contract which says he gets his split for turn up to the fight and making weight, or he does need to make weight, but being at the weigh, being at the fight.
Yeah. And
he gets paid what's it called? 20% of he gets paid 20% of 90% of the purse bid, and then 10% is for the winner of the whole thing. So he gets lump sum. He doesn't get paid extra for pay-per-views. He doesn't get any extra money. And obviously he was due to have 45% as such, and they've cut it down to 20%. So he's missing out a massive cut of his payday as such. And he's already beefing the WBC regarding other issues. There's an arbitration going on. So he's not really required to be there. He's not required. He doesn't have to be, and he's not getting any more payment. He lives in Portugal, so he's out there, whatever. A lot of people are saying it's disgraceful, it's unprofessional, tear. A lot of people are saying, yeah, like you said, it's funny jokes. It doesn't really matter. Let's be real. He doesn't have to turn up. They're making a big deal, and you can understand his gripes when he's not getting paid to be there. You see people like Uncle Frank saying, "Oh yeah," and Tyson Fury saying his biggest payday is $250K, which is a lie.
I can't believe people are eating up, bro. I can't believe people are eating up. I can't believe people are believing that. I can't believe it.
Complete lie. His biggest payday is at $250K. His last payday which was during the pandemic or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a lie. And then they're saying, "Oh, that I saw Frank saying, "Oh, why should he?" They asked the question, so why should he turn up? It's because he gets paid to do it. No, he doesn't get paid. Don't lie. He's not getting paid. He's getting paid to turn up to the fight. He's not getting more pays for the pay-per-views. And his point is like he's just going to focus on training, turn up to the fight. He's not going to help sell it. He doesn't need to help sell it. In fact, him not turning up is a talking point. Is what we're discussing now. So it's selling a fight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's they're making a big deal out of it. He has his right to not turn up.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Tyson Fury's not turned up to a press conference in the past as well.
Yep.
He's not
he hasn't. He hasn't. Klitschko. Yeah, I was going to say the Klitschko's.
He didn't turn up to the fight.
Yep.
the press So all this double standard is like you
Frank Warren saying he's never seen a fighter do that ever.
Your fighter done it. So that's where I
have some discernment, please, Frank. Please.
That's why I stop it. Like if he was getting paid and whatever, then he should. But then I think I saw an interview with AJ the other day saying no one cares about the press. And I was really deep to that. You're right. You know, obviously it builds up the fight, it gets you gassed, but at the same time,
people just want to see the fight. Yeah, AJ said like, just turn up to the fight, just turn up and fight. Yeah. That's what's the most important.
Like the needle between them has been there for years. It's not like it's too random or there's no beef there kind of thing that we need it to sell. These lot have been trash talking each other for years.
Yeah,
we've been getting it on social media. We've been getting it on interviews. Obviously, as a fan, I would love to see these two in the room.
I was going to say I'll get into it, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I think he'll be there at the weigh-in. He has to be there.
So we'll get something. He can't not be there at the weigh-in.
He has to be because he has to fly in and do. So he's going to be there, and we'll get something. I know we'll get something.
Facts.
But the first press conference, no one really remembers that anyway. But yeah, that's my little 2 cents on it. I don't mind it from White. He can do what he wants.
Yeah. For me, similar echoing what you say, to be honest. As the fan in me wants him to be there. Obviously, you know me, I like my needle. They don't like each other, and it's good to see energy in person between two of them. And obviously, I know that Tyson, we know he can talk. White is someone that is happy to run his mouth as well, doesn't back down, will talk to. So I know from that perspective, it'll be great to watch as a fan. But just knowing the context behind it, I can see what White is doing. He's essentially saying it's basically a big FU to the WBC and everything because of what they've done to him in the past. The fact that he's still the fact that he's still beefing them and taking them to court. You know, he's still fighting them, basically, essentially. So, and as you highlighted, he doesn't get paid more or less if he doesn't show up to any media and whatnot. So I ain't gonna help put in work and try and sell your fight even more, even considering how you're not even paying me more for this, and you'll give me this rubbish split anyways, and you're not looking to increase my split. Why should I put in effort? So I hear what he's saying. It's more of I don't call it a protest, but it's more him making a stand and be like, whatever, man, F you guys. I'm not gonna help sell. I'm not gonna do any of the media stuff. You're not even giving me a profit of the pay-per-view, for crying out loud. So what's the point? It's cool. It's a very fair point, to be honest. I see what, like I said, if this context wasn't behind it, I'll be a bit more like, come on, bro, like turn up. But now, obviously, for years he's been beefing these man, and throughout this entire fight, there's been talks about how he's going, arbitration and whatnot. So yeah, he's got a serious gripe with them, and he's taken his frustrations out on not doing the media appearances and whatnot. Especially as, from what I can tell, he's not even contracted to, because you can have in your contract that you're stipulated to come to the media appearances and whatnot. You have to come and promote it. from what I can tell, that is not in his that he has not been stipulated to do that. So he doesn't have to do it. He's not like I said, he's not losing any money by not turning up. I remember they asked Frank, "Oh yeah, is it in his contract that he has to turn up to the press conferences?" And instead of Frank going yes or no, Frank was like, "As a fighter, you're a professional, so you should turn up." So that told me straight away, okay, so it's not in his contract. So he's not contracted to. Cool. For end of then. So. But obviously Frank is there sensationalizing it and saying, yeah, he's never seen, it's the most unprofessional thing he's ever seen. As a fighter, you have to do the media rounds, etc., etc., etc. There was further. So apparently, obviously, there's been a lot of back and forth between the guy who's representing Dillian Whyte and obviously Queensberry in Top Rank. Apparently, Whyte's made a list of demands in terms of what he wants for him to turn up for the fight. Like apparently, he wanted a private jet to obviously get taken, return from Portugal there and back. Queensberry apparently agreed to this, but in the end, he still didn't turn up. Apparently, he's made demands for extra money. Apparently, they've already allocated him six tickets for the fight. And apparently, he wanted half of ringside. He wanted it for him and his people. So apparently he's made a bunch of unreasonable demands, and Queensberry are like, "Oh, we're not doing that." So he's like, "Cool, I ain't gonna turn up then." So, or they even talks about he requested that the money get put in escrow, and they said we'll put in escrow if you come and do the media rounds. Like it's just a lot of back and he said, she said kind of thing, and you got Frank saying that he thinks Eddie Hearn's in his ear telling him what to do and what not, even though Hearns clearly said that I'm not involved in this. Dillian Whyte hasn't. Like Hearn hasn't been involved in any of the negotiation and whatnot because he lost the purse bid. So,
yeah.
And technically, Whyte isn't signed to Eddie Hearn. He's actually a free agent. So, yeah, a lot of he said, she said, bit of stuff. It's amusing. I won't lie, bro. It's funny seeing that side of the street get rattled. I can't. It's funny, but yeah. I reckon we might see him at least. Because like I said, they're doing a London press conference. I know that they've got London one to go. I think maybe one more press conference, and obviously we still got the weigh-in day and the media day then. So we'll definitely, like I said, we have to see him in the weigh-in day. We might get a glimpse of him in the London press conference, but at this rate, probably not. He still hasn't posted nothing, ain't done nothing. He just posted himself training really. So yeah.
He's chilling. He's
chilling, just training. That's it.
It was funny. We obviously don't know the ins and outs, but
yeah,
Dillian Whyte's probably trolling them before there's the buds. Like he's probably saying, "Yeah, do this, and I'll come." And he's just probably had no intention to come really.
Yeah.
But I saw what's it called. Now people were getting onto Eddie Hearn. I was like, Eddie Hearn has nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
We were saying Eddie Hearn's clearly if he's here, all of this.
Yeah.
Eddie Hearn doesn't manage him.
Yep.
Eddie Hearn's got him with a fight-by-fight deal.
Eddie's not the one. Eddie's not the one that is like Dillian Whyte has a representative.
Yeah,
that's managing. It's not actually Hearn.
It's not Hearn.
Hearn hasn't dealt. Hearn hasn't even spoke. He's fully not involved in this process.
Yeah, but
Frank and that are dealing with
promoter.
Yeah,
as a promoter, he knows how certain things work.
Yeah.
So when they're asking him about it, he's able to answer.
Yeah,
and he was able to say, yes, Frank Warren's right about this.
Yeah,
but Dillian Whyte is saying this because this is what this is, and he's saying the contract in place is these lot are contracted to do certain things and they're not contracted to do certain things.
Yeah.
So when one side's making a demand, the other side's saying we don't have to do that, and the other vice versa. They're saying So Dillian's asking for this and this. Yeah,
he basically dressed up as he basically dressed up as this bit of a miscommunication and a misunderstanding on both sides.
He's just not in the contract.
Yeah.
They're communicating, but they're just not obliged to do certain things, and they're not willing to go above and beyond because there's already been a dispute between the two camps in terms of. Remember Frank Warren laughing at Dillian Whyte
when he got knocked out. Yeah,
you're not mandatory anymore.
Yeah,
and now you're asking him to do you favors.
Yeah,
because Queensberry have to put up the money at the end of the day. They have to pay up, and if they don't have that money, he's not gonna. He's saying, "I'm not gonna help you get that money. You just better pay me, otherwise you're in trouble." Run my money. I'm not helping you make money, but run my money.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it is a talking point, anyways. And to be fair, Tyson Fury can sell a fight by himself, as we know. Very, very good talker on the mic. So, yeah, Fury's there doing. The funniest one was, apparently, Whyte's representative said that they can't use his image on the poster. Do you know? That's how Whyte's being petty. He's being mad petty.
That's what I do. He's got a bug in it.
Man said he can't even use his image. He wants image rights. That is so funny. Yeah, too funny. But it's interesting seeing it, obviously, and regardless, we're going to get a fight. Well, we should get a fight anyways, and yeah, I'm sure both of these men taken seriously. Mm-hmm.
I hear a lot of people saying, it's a missed opportunity to promote himself for Dillian Whyte. What do you think about that?
It kind of is, but yeah, I mean, promotion's promotion, bro. So regardless, yes, it is promotion. Being in front of the cameras and what it is a way to promote yourself. But he's probably thinking he's got enough promo anyways. He's a big enough name regardless. It is a bit of a missed opportunity there, but for him, it's probably not too much of a dent. I guess he doesn't think it's a dent. But yeah, all promo is promoting it. So
for me, the priority is winning the fight. That's what promo you need. Like, fair enough. It's the promo before, it doesn't matter up until you win the fight. If he wins the fight, then he's the superstar of the heavyweight division. All the money, fame, glory, all of that will come. Like Andy Ruiz, I don't remember any of the press conferences with Andy Ruiz and AJ. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't either, to be honest. Yeah.
But afterwards, superstar. He became, everyone needs to, he's the man. He's a big dog now. He's 10 times better than we thought he was before. Yeah. If Whyte wins, tough us. If he does win. But let's say he's staying there to focus on camp and he's not worrying about promo. It might hold him in good stead. You never know. He's focused on the task, even though we know he's just being petty. But let's say he's just out there focusing on training and he goes on to win, then all that promo and profile boosting will come immediately. Yeah,
no, it's true. Fair point. I just hope that, I'm assuming he's training hard. So, yeah. I'm not in... And regarding the whole promo thing and everything, clearly it doesn't matter because obviously we saw the tickets got released. Don't know if you saw the numbers, bro. Obviously, because when they said it was at Wembley, I said, Wembley? Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. Boy, I swear I've just seen Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder struggle to sell out one of them Vegas arenas. And you guys want to do up Wembley? I'll keep it a buck, bro. I said they ain't selling that out. They ain't selling Wembley out.
I thought they would.
I didn't think so, Like I said, Fury and Wilder barely sold out the Vegas thing.
But that's in America during the pandemic, was it not? Americans don't show out like that. For Wilder anyway. They never showed out for Wilder.
Yeah, but boy, fair play to him. Fair play to them. I hold my hands up. I actually didn't think they'll sell out like that. If maybe sell out.
Can sell out.
Huh?
If Carl Froch and Groves can sell it out, then of course Fury and Whyte can. That's what I was thinking.
But Froch and Groves had the clout though, especially because don't forget the main clout thing about that was the fact that the first one was so controversial. Yeah. So that finish there, bro. Especially obviously the whole build up was crazy because obviously Groves was at his neck and rattling car and whatnot, and then that first fight, his performance, and then that stoppage was so controversial. That sold it already. So obviously that second fight was always going to be booming because of, that was a serious rivalry. Honestly, I didn't think that it would, but obviously maybe sell out.
Fury's a bigger name than both of them. Tyson Fury's a bigger name than both of them.
Yeah, okay, maybe sell out, but the numbers I'm seeing, it was over, I'm seeing 100K in the queue, the screenshots and whatnot, the demand looked like it was crazy. So, and the fact that they've actually applied for an extension. They've actually, I don't know if you saw Frank's interview, but they've applied to have more seats put in and whatnot to extend the capacity to 100K or something like that because of the demand. So fair. I didn't think it would do that couple of numbers. Fair play to them. That's that hands up. They smashed it.
I thought it would. And what's impressive as well is that they increased the price of the tickets as well, which makes impressive. But I expected them to sell out. I mean, Tyson Fury's homecoming return as the champion.
Wembley, though. Fair play.
Yeah,
fair play.
I mean,
No, fair play.
And yeah, I mean, White's been talking about this a long time. So White fans, Fury fans, boxing fans, casual fans, everyone's in tune for this.
Yeah, sick, wavy. That's cold, man. Cold.
What's funny is Frank Warren's been very critical of StubHub being matchroom fights in the past.
Yeah,
and it seems like StubHub have got a massive amount of the tickets on resale on their website, which is obviously a bit funny because he's slammed StubHub in the past.
Yeah,
the resale market.
But he slammed the resale market, but his main gripe with Hearn, though, to be fair, was the fact that Matchroom would actually release an allocation of tickets to StubHub for them to sell.
Made up.
That's what he was. Well, he says made up, but are you sure?
Yes. Because as soon as the tickets come on release, people buy it and sell it straight away. He's just made it up. He's got no proof of it.
No, but I'm saying, I don't know either. But at the same time, obviously, I know that StubHub were sponsoring Matchroom shows.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say he's. To me, I'm not thinking to it. That could make sense because of the fact that yes, Matchroom do have a partnership with StubHub, so they can. It won't surprise me if I reach an allocation to whatever. Obviously, I'm trying to decipher if that's true or not. There's comments saying that it's true, that is what happened, blah blah. Herm was releasing an allocation to StubHub, etc. I personally don't know, but I know that that's what his main gripe was. Not the fact that that's
what his main gripe now. Before, if you look at his own interviews, he just used to complain about it being on StubHub. He's moved the goalposts now. That's why I know he's made that up. Before he used to say, how have they got all these that the resale market used to, but now he's maybe outlined it that this was his gripe, and he might be right. He might be very well be right, but they had the fight pass, and even if you look at like you always see StubHub's promotions. Obviously, there's a difference between advertising and sponsorship. Yeah. So you see StubHub at Queensberry Cards in the background, in like the logos. All the logos are like, I pre this stuff. I work in marketing, so I always pre this stuff.
Yeah.
And then you see, but then I think they just advertise it as opposed to sponsoring. So who knows? You might be right, but it's funny because it's like now you have a big event where with massive demand, you're seeing the same problem that potentially Matchroom was seeing. Because Hearn used to be critical of it as well.
Yeah.
So, unless he was being sly and like slang it to them under the table.
Yeah.
And then coming out and saying, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
Who knows? Like, I ain't going to say he's the bastion of morality. None of these guys are. But it's funny that now this is a problem you have to deal with.
Yeah. Well, he did say that he'd rather fans didn't buy the StubHub tickets and he'd rather see empty seats than it filled with StubHub guys. But, boy... Regardless, them tickets are getting sold regardless. And it's going to be a sellout and it's going to be a crazy, crazy night. I hope they put on a banging card. Right now, it's all in place for it to be an epic night of boxing. They have to make sure, it's an imperative that the chief support for the evening is on point. That's next up.
It won't be a great card.
I
don't think it will. Because of how much they have to put up. I hope it is.
They might get some help from Top Rank.
Yes, and then it should be decent.
I think
they've got large stables. They should be able to get people out.
I think Top Rank might come through in the clutch with some stuff to help them out, maybe. We'll see how that plays out. But for me, it's got to be a decent card. Not a crappy...
And by good card, we mean not just having your stable fighters on there. We mean competitive fights. Is that what you mean as well? Because it's easy to roll out maybe Joyce and other people and put them against next to no ones.
Yeah, I think competitive fights for me, competitive for sure.
Yeah, we need to see that. They should make it a great boxing event.
Make it an evening, a proper evening, boxing evening. This is pay-per-view, so we want to get our money's worth.
Yeah. So credit to Queensberry, like you've doing a great job so far. The card, you won the purse bids, you're selling out. Let's deliver. Let's have a good.
That's it now. You've got to deliver now. That's it. If the stage is set, let's see it now.
Frank is experienced. He's experienced.
Yeah, he's been there for a long time. He knows. And Bob is experienced. So these are two of the most experienced guys out there. So
Eddie Hearn's been dominating the UK for the last 10 years and doing all the big cards. So Frank, show your experience now. Show him how it's done.
Don't worry, show your trick. Don't worry, show yours. Staying with the heavyweights quickly. Let's quickly talk about, I guess, the landscape now. Obviously, Fury and Whyte locked in. Nice. We're hoping that that's a nice little roadmap now for AJ to fight Usyk on the rematch to handle business there. But obviously, what's going on with Ukraine and whatnot, unfortunately, obviously, Usyk has gone off to defend his country and whatnot. So that, I guess, leaves AJ a bit of a crossroads in a sense, in terms of what to do. He could just, I guess, sit out and wait to see what happens over in Ukraine and that situation over there. But he's rightly, for me, said that, he's not looking to sit around. He wants to fight. He wants to get out there. So, yeah, I guess the question is, what should AJ do? Who should he fight in the interim whilst he, I guess, waits for more clarity on the Alexander Usyk situation? Yeah, man, that's it really. I mean, do you have anyone in mind? I would like for him to fight Wilder, but Wilder is an R&B singer right now, apparently. So
all I need is one drop of those of you.
You were saying you don't think that's him singing.
I would need to load that back up. I hope he drops that tune. Killing me.
Come out of nowhere now. He's in the studio. I thought, is he rapping? I said, okay, what? Man came, man hit that note. I said, yo, all I need is one drop.
Oh, Wilder. Man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Wilder's doing. It's clearly not boxing though, so probably not an opponent for AJ, unfortunately. Even though I'd be great, obviously, but yeah, man. What else, man? Someone said Joe Joyce. I watched the interview with him in Chisora, and AJ said, yes, I'm cool with Joyce. Chisora said straight away, no. So, yeah, I don't know.
No, it's a good one.
It's a good one.
I'll tell you what about AJ.
Yeah.
He's never seemed to duck anyone or turn anyone down. He's always seemed like he's on it. Like, if you say a name to him, like, yeah, I'm happy to fight him. Like, he's always down.
Yeah.
Like he said from the start of his career, middle of the career, that he wants to fight all these guys. Any one of them, he's happy to fight them. So I don't think he cares too tough. It's always when it comes to the business side that things get a bit difficult.
Iffy. Yeah.
I think pull out Luis Ortiz, whack him up quickly, and put that one to bed. Like people said, you grab him, little nice little interim fight. That's what it is. It's an interim.
It's interim fight. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, get him and whack him up. And
yeah,
that's someone people have said, oh, he's ducked him and wear tear.
Yeah,
get him out of the way. I think that's one I
Ortiz interesting. Yeah, because I feel like there isn't really anyone out there that fits the bill. Because I think Wilder would have been the best, but we don't know if this guy is going to box again. Not interested in seeing him fight Andy Ruiz again. Although some people still think he should take that, he should fight him again, because they say, it's one apiece. They want to see that, rubber match and whatnot. I doubt Matchroom will do that again. It's probably too risky, to be honest. Yeah. Joe Joyce, the young, the up and comers, the Joyces, the Hergoviches, and whatnot. They'll probably say that's a bit too risky right now, especially because this is just a fight to have in the interim to hold them over until Usyk gets back. So a lot, they want to lose again and then go into the Usyk fight with a loss. It's something that semi-competitive almost, not something that could, be risky or high risk, low reward kind of thing. So a Hergovich or a Joe Joyce, I don't see happening.
It derails too much of their past
plans
already.
Yeah. So So who's up there really? Yeah, boy.
Ortiz is at the end of his career.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah.
Send him packing, and then boom.
I guess that I can think of. That's it, really. I mean, he wouldn't fight Chisora. Joe Parker, I don't see that thing. Yeah, that's not. I can't lie. I don't want to see that either. I think AJ wins that again comfortably, to be honest. Yeah, he whacks up Ortiz though, but it's what it is. Yeah, put it to bed. I guess
that's what he needs. A bit of
At least put the Americans to bed at least a little bit.
And I promise you, a lot of people say Ortiz beats him. I promise you,
all the Americans do. All the Americans will. All the Americans will say he beats him. Yeah,
wrap him up. So comfy. Might as well sleep him and then move on to the next. Like, who else is even out there? Like,
That's what I'm saying. There's not really much, out there that fits the bill.
That's worthwhile for an interim fight where
that fits the bill.
On the line.
There's not much out there, because you got a bunch of people who are on the cusp, but it's high risk.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of whack people, and that's it. And obviously,
you've got the people he's beaten already.
The people he's beat, and then Whyte's taken. Like Whyte would have been a great fight for the interim, but Dillian Whyte has got his shot now. So they're really. And
what's a one in maybe?
I was gonna say what? Don't want to see that. That's what's that? That's a nothing fight. But to be fair, in interim, one is actually all right. Interim, that's all right because they can come. That's a common opponent they will share with Fury now. Apart from Couture. So, Wallen maybe. The Jared Anderson's still up and coming. Like, it's probably too early for them.
Where's Gerald Miller? Where's Baby Miller?
Brother, that guy should be banned for life. Frank Sanchez still kind of up and coming, high risk again. So probably not.
That would be but exactly. These guys are on a path to titles. I feel so. I don't think fighting interim is worthwhile for them.
Yeah, and like I said, high risk. These guys are actually really good, so it's a big derailer if he loses these man. So interesting. But it's good that he wants to stay active. But it's just finding an opponent. It's gonna be tough for them to find a credible. And they can't. The thing is, they can't find a bum because guys will then say, "Look at AJ fighting bums, but Fury's fighting white block." Like, he can't win regardless. To be honest, but
it won't even be on. It won't be on. It shouldn't be on pay-per-view. Anyways, the zone, but they obviously launched their pay-per-view. It shouldn't. If he does take an interim fight, it shouldn't be pay-per-view.
Michael Hunter.
He lost or he drew his last fight.
Was it a draw? I think it might have been a draw. I can't remember, but it was something. It was very uninspiring. I remember.
Yeah, that could be one. People won't be impressed. He didn't win, so maybe I'll
good
go
fighter,
but on Michael Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter's like someone who's lost, who's been around the level, who's a good fighter. Yeah, that kind of thing. Someone who's maybe Michael Hunter.
Yeah, those three.
But
maybe.
no one who's got real aspirations to go on and win titles. I don't think it's worthwhile for them.
Yeah.
I hear it's too dangerous for AJ. I'll say Ortiz. Ortiz, smash him up, knock him out.
You were looking for that one of a tie.
I'm not even too fast, but then it just like, okay, bye Ortiz. Like,
it shots the Charlemagne's up.
People still say it, and I've been saying for time, my man cooks it.
Yeah.
So and it's another name on his resume. That's why
Wilder would be perfect, man. But is what it is.
Yeah, I'd like to, but Wilder's he's not sure what he's doing.
I said I think he might retire.
Yeah,
I think he might. But we'll see. But fair enough. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Hopefully, he can get a fight. He has to fight. He has to fight. There's no point sitting around. He needs to get active again, sharpen himself. Probably, it will do him a world of good as well, especially as Usyk, as we know, is no slouch. And we hope that situation over there for Usyk sorts itself out and you can see him returning back to boxing.
What do you think of the trainer announcement? I've not read it properly or seen it properly, but I saw like tweets about.
Yeah, I saw the headline. I didn't even want to read it. So AJ apparently has announced this Angel Fernandez guy is going to be his new head coach. This guy's been in this camp for a couple of fights now, to be fair.
Since Ruiz too, I believe.
Since Ruiz too. I think obviously Alex sort of came on and said he doesn't even know where he's come from or what he does, kind of thing. But he's now inherited AJ. I have no idea about this one, bro. I'm kind of lost. I can't front. It's kind of come out of nowhere.
I need more verification. I don't believe it as such.
Yeah.
I'll share my opinion in terms of AJ's not in a full camp at the minute. He's just ticking over. He always stays. He lives the lifestyle. He constantly stays in the gym.
Yeah.
I believe he's staying in the gym, and through that, he's Angel Fernandez is with him. What's his name? Who's his former head coach? I can't even remember.
McCracken.
Rob McCracken's probably doing his Olympic stuff with people. I don't know what he's doing.
We saw him with Gamal Yafai.
Of course.
Yeah, so he's all the Olympic fight. Yeah.
So he's all constantly working with them. So I believe he's still in touch because he's not in a full camp right now. His team aren't fully together. I saw an interview saying AJ's listening to a lot of Virgil Hunter at the minute. So I don't know if that's in person or if he's watching old interviews back or whatever. I don't know. Maybe he's in contact with him. I just think AJ's currently taking over, working in the gym, and Angel Fernandez is helping him with him.
Yeah,
at the minute. When a full camp starts, I believe that's when we'll know who his head coach is, and I believe Rob Cracker will still be there.
Yeah, in time regard, he 100% will be. Yeah, cool. I agree with that. Yeah, we'll see when the time comes. He needs to get a fight first. Well, sort of fight out first, and then we can see. We'll watch the dominoes sort of fall into place. Cool. Yeah. Anything else you wanted to add, bro? That's it for today, really, no? Unless you want to quickly touch upon anything else.
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Calm. Well, we'll wrap it up there then. Another great episode. Thank you for listening, guys. Episode 80 of the SZN Podcast. Once again, I've been your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And make sure you keep rocking with us on all the streaming platforms. Peace.
Get a strap. I'm strapped up.
What's happening? What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.